Alright, so Poco X3 Pro is back in the house and we have a new update for the global variant that is known as MIUI. We are talking about MIUI 13.0.5 that has been released as a pilot release. So you might not have received it, you might have received it. I've been using it since the last 3 to 4 days and we're going to talk about the complete review of MIUI 13.0.5 for the Poco X3 Pro, YU and Bima. What are the changes? What are the new things that are included? Let's go ahead and see. But before we get into the details, if you haven't already, please subscribe because it doesn't cost you anything and it really motivates us to make amazing content like this. Now without further ado, hello awesome people. Welcome to PhoneOps. My name is Kailash. Let's get going. Alright, so first things first, what we have here is let's actually go to settings and let's go to about phone. Now over here you will see that it does say MIUI 13.0.5 stable. Of course, this is a pilot release, so it will be stable. Now if you click on what's new, you will see standard stuff from Xiaomi. Nothing new, nothing exciting. Anyways, what they have said over here is updated Android security patch to July 2022, increased system stability. That's what they always say. And when you actually go to all specifications, you will see that you do get the RAM extension over here and you do get all the system information along with the perf kernel, and the security patch, if we talk about, is the 1st of July. So we are still in the month of July and yeah, this is a pretty good thing, right? Now, the moment you boot into this particular ROM, you will notice that most of the things, I think more than 90% of the things in the user interface, in the UI are exactly the same. There is nothing major that has changed and that should not disappoint you, because what happens is when you actually go to settings and you actually go to system apps updater, now you will see that there are a ton of apps that will be updated and there are quite a few improvements over here which will improve your experience as far as the Poco X3 Pro is concerned. So you do have an update for the gallery, you do have an update for sort of the other factors like the wallpaper carousel, the security app which gives you access to Game Turbo 5.2. So all those things are present and this goes across Poco, Xiaomi and Redmi devices. So if you're getting any update and after the update you don't see any changes, go to settings, go to system app updater and see what changes you have there. Okay, now I have updated everything and one by one I'm going to tell you all the improvements that I have noticed, right? So let's talk about smoothness first, because that is what matters to a lot of us. And I'll tell you, whenever you have a new update, give it a couple of days to settle, even if it is battery life, it is performance, whatever it is, the UI stutteriness, the UI jitteriness, just give it a couple of days, a couple of charge cycles and your experience, I'm pretty sure, will improve a lot. Okay. Now I've been using this update since the last 3 to 4 days on this brand new Poco X3 Pro that I got from Xiaomi, or Poco, whatever you want to call it. Now, as far as the launcher situation is concerned, unfortunately, we don't get Poco Launcher 4.0. It does come with the old launcher, which doesn't really have a lot of customization options. And the Google feed in this launcher is, yeah, it's a disaster. Anyways, Google feed aside, if we talk about the smoothness of the user interface, it's pretty good. The control center, action center, whatever you want to call it, is working very, very smoothly. We still don't get to see the mobile data usage option available over here. So that is something that is still missing. Apart from this, there are certain factors or certain places in the UI where you have Google Apps. You will definitely notice that Monet UI is working and Monet is doing a great job. So just in Google Apps, not in the complete UI. We think in MIUI 13.5 or MIUI 14 is when Monet will come into action for Xiaomi, Poco and Redmi devices. So the moment you go to the updated gallery over here, let's actually, go ahead and select any picture over here which can work well for us. So let's see. Okay, we have this picture. The moment you go to the edit mode, you will notice that you do get the AI feature now. The AI option was rolled out to a lot of beta APKs, but this is the first time I see it in the stable channel. So if you go to the sky option and you select clear day, you will see the changes happening over here. As you can see, clear sky, there you go. Let's go to something dramatic, rays. Wow, it's completely changing the look of the picture, which is really, really nice. Now this feature has been available for a long time, but now it is more polished, more smooth, and it does have the AI section along with a few new filters as well. So yes, the gallery has been definitely updated. Now another thing, notable improvement over here is if you go to the security application and say you go to settings, you go to about, you will see that the security APK is updated to 6.2.3, which is one of the latest versions for the stable channel. And if you go to Game Turbo, you will see the old animation, but this game turbo, mind you, is the newest game turbo that you get. So if you click on start playing, you do get this sound and game turbo will load up real quick. There you go. So right now what you get is the new game turbo over here. It has clear memory and all the other options. Even if you click on boost performance, you have this performance toggle over here. So all the old features of the game turbo have been added to the new game turbo in 5.2 version. So that is a notable improvement. Now talking about other aspects of this particular update, you do get Widevine L1 certification, so no problems there. Your Amazon Prime and Netflix should be playing in HD just fine, so that is a good thing. Now one thing to note over here, if you are on the Indian device and you install this update via TWRP or Orange Fox Recovery, you will keep getting that pop-up that this device is not Play Protect certified, so you need to do the registration and stuff like that. That's a very small step. Probably I'll make a short about that, but then you will be able to use this ROM. But still, if you use this on an Indian device, you will see that Play Store is not certified. Widevine L1 is present, but the safety net is not passing. So for that, you'll have to install Magisk and bypass the safety net feature in case you wish to use banking applications over here. Now moving on to the camera application, you will notice that everything is absolutely the same. There are no major changes as far as the clarity and features are concerned. Even if you go to more and you go to the documents feature, it's downloading right now. And as you can see, that shield feature, which is supposed to be coming in MIUI 13.5, is not visible over here. So another thing that is missing out here. But overall, if you ask me, the user interface has been better compared to the previous updates, and it has been working much better. If you ask me about battery life, in my opinion, battery life has been great with this particular update. We've been using Accu battery, and as you can see in the past history, I've been getting anywhere between 5 to 7 hours of screen on time over 2 to 3 days of usage, because I don't use this phone that actively. Even the charging speeds are pretty rock solid. You do get almost complete 33 watt of charging, so that is good. Now, before we get into the benchmark numbers, let me tell you that gaming on this particular update is pretty decent. As far as 60 FPS is concerned, you can do a great job. But there are custom ROMs like CR Droid, on which we have a latest video coming up soon. They do a slightly better job. But if you're going to play BGMI, you will get 60 FPS. If you're going to play Apex Legends, you're going to get 60 FPS. Let me quickly show you a couple of matches that I played on this particular update with Apex Legends at 60 FPS and all the settings balanced out, not maxed out. In my experience, the performance was pretty good. There were no mistouch and ghost touch issues at all. So everything was working as expected. Have a look at this particular gaming clip.
Let's go this way. Opening fire. You're in view of the enemy. Spotted me. I'm taking shots.
Opening fire.
Killed an enemy.
I think that was the whole squad. Last guy just kind of, dropped.
Enemy down. Getting shot at. Firing.
All right, killed an enemy.
Reloading.
Shots fired, and they're hitting me. Kill leader killed. More like the kill. I got nothing. Give him my shields. My ultimate's ready.
Now, there are two aspects to gaming and benchmarks as far as this update is concerned. Now, we are at a point wherein Game Turbo in the performance mode has started making difference, but it does heat up your device quite a bit. Not uncomfortable, but yes, it gets warm and you will notice that your battery drains a little faster. Of course, you're getting the maximum performance out of the Snapdragon 860. But yes, it does help you with consistent FPS. There are no major FPS drops and such. So let's quickly go ahead and look at the benchmark numbers, for which we will first have a look at the gallery application, in which we have the CPU throttle test. Now the CPU did throttle to 78% of its max performance, which is quite a bit. And the average score was 161,443 GIPS. So that, in my opinion, is worst compared to MIUI 12.5. But if we further go to Antutu Benchmark and see what the story here is, now these benchmarks have been run with performance mode and game turbo enabled. So 567,797. Now once again, this is low from a Poco X3 Pro point of view. This device is capable of scoring anywhere between 580 to 600,000, and we are in Mumbai where it is the rainy season, so it's not really hot, so it should be scoring even better. The temperature did increase by 7 degrees, as I said, game turbo in performance mode, and we did lose 4% of battery. Now last but not the least, we're going to talk about Geekbench single core and multi-core scores over here, which are not that surprising again considering the trend. 771 single core and 2496 multi-core. Now single core is good over here, that means you'll get very good or decent gaming experience, but all in all, in my opinion, they could have updated the Poco launcher. They could have, made the gaming performance more streamlined and less heating and stuff like that. If you are a YU user, you want to stick to MIUI updates, this is an update which you can definitely update to. There are no major issues. You do get the July security patch, and for Indian users, I would suggest you use a custom ROM, because why go through the hassle of bypassing safety net and all those errors and stuff like that when you can get a custom ROM. There are a lot of MIUI custom ROMs that have come out recently, and I'm going to be making videos about them, so stay tuned. We had a snag with our PC, so the uploads have stopped, but now everything is going to be regular on the Note 10 Pro, Mi 11X, and even the Realme GT2 on which this video is being shot. Let me know in the comment section what do you think about this new style of making videos from different angles and consistency. Until the next one, this is Kailash signing off at PhoneOps. Keep smiling, take care, goodbye.